that?
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Ranton!
Just kidding, I'm playing Vampyr. I'm going to be bloody honest with you guys. I haven't played a good game in a long time. I was so close to calling it tits. But then, Vampyr came out. The big deal. Get ready, kids, because this is some high quality quattro formaggi.
This strain of flu, it's very different from the one I saw in Europe. It's downright peculiar.
London, 1918. You play as Dr. Jonathan Reed, who wakes up from his own ejaculation after some epic group fornication with the dead. Or his dad. It's equally fucked.
You faggot! Ranton does not have a problem with homos. In fact, he's been referred to as faggot many times. Thanks.
Unfortunately now he's so he decides to kill the first person that he sees. That happens to be a black lady.
Psych!
That was the Vampyr vision, and he actually just murdered his little sister. What a picta! I know that's pretty fucked up. He knows that too. So good job, Ahmed. No asylum for you. He tries to explain himself, but gets immediately greeted by the Second Amendment and has to flee. Now all he wants to know is who did this to him and what the fuck is up with London. It changed. The city is falling apart and the people are dying of an infectious disease left and right.
So now you are embarking on a major adventure revealing conspiracies that lurk behind every corner. It's crazy. So, приятного аппетита!
Vampyr is a third-person action-adventure game set in a small open world. You can pretty much divide it into two main parts. The social aspect.
You are going to change your tone with me, my dear colleague. And very quickly.
Bam! Sick burn. What you gonna do now, punk-ass white boy?
I don't think so.
Damn, he's good. And the action. Let's talk about the latter first. It is very important to note these three bars at the top left right away. You didn't? Pathetic. They are at the center of your existence. Gabish? I'm gonna use the word bar a lot now, so bar with me. At the top is your health bar. Obviously that's drained by getting schlepped. Your stamina bar, that's drained by sprinting, dodging, and attacking. And your period bar. I mean blood bar. Which is basically your mana that is used for special vampire skills. But that comes later. Your enemies, on the other hand, also have this gray little thing. It's a stun meter. Some of your weapons will cause stun damage, and if that reaches 0, you have the opportunity to bite your opponent to charge up your blood and also regenerate some health. Blood is part of any vampire's healthy breakfast. There are also other ways to do that, for instance by eating rats. It's totally fucked up, I mean without salt. But now, what the Falcon Punch is that blood for? Well, ese. You see, for every trabajo that you complete, an enemy you kill, you get XP. So far, so generic, but these points are used to buy new skills and upgrade existing ones. For that, you first need to locate a hideout, more specifically a bed. Although everything comes at a price, your character shits the bed right after. I know, it's bad. Once you have allocated all your points, the game also fast forwards to the next night, which brings some other changes as well. There are several active skills such as a claw attack, teleport, invisibility, etc. They either deal normal damage, shadow, or blood damage. And many passive ones that increase your character's durability, the effectiveness of your bite, and a lot more. You can equip 5 active abilities and exchange them at any moment, just like your weapons or your gender in real life. JK, rolling Zahua. You got 2 slots for your main hand, 2 for the offhand, and my dick for your mom's hand. But during combat, it is helpful to keep an eye on what type of resistances your enemies have. Pick your approach accordingly, or do it like me and just buff the shit out of your weapons. You can upgrade them up to level 5 with parts that you get from disassembling useless scrap, since most of the items you find aren't very interesting. Wait a second. Yeah, boy! All of this can only be done from your hideout as well. Now let's move on to the social aspect and general game design. People are always eager to talk to you and share their life stories.
May I ask what you do around here?
I do whatever I want, and sometimes even more.
Now sod off.
You piece of shit. There's a main quest that takes you through the game in a linear fashion, with a few decisions and boss fights to face here and there, and a shit ton of optional investigations that even require you to go to strange people's houses and move around their furniture without permission like an absolute sauvage. And this is where it gets really interesting. You see, the map is divided into 4 communities. They all have a bunch of citizens that you can talk to with their own problems and social circles. By asking them questions, you will unlock hints that then again unlock new insightful conversational paths.
To have the right to study shouldn't be determined by sex, skin, or wealth.
Okay, not always. But why do all of this? Well, this is the crazy part. Every citizen has a blood level. Each hint that is unlocked increases that blood level. But Ranton, what is the blood level? Well, this is the crazy part. The blood level is the amount of experience points you get if you decide to kill them. And this is the crazy part. You are thusly dynamically choosing the difficulty of the game by either murdering them or not. Because, and this is the you can pretty much kill anyone.
So this is how it ends. Farewell, my life, you betrayed me, God.
Beware though, this can have unforeseen consequences. Once you sleep through a night, the changes will take effect. Killing citizens will decrease a community's health status, and this can lead to utter chaos breaking out. So you'll get experience, but it's bad experience. Or you can try to keep a district healthy by sparing their lives and administering free medicine to sick people, like a communist.
Gives me a doggy, gives me a doggy, gives me a doggy.
Shit is real when it comes to the streets.
Oh Lord! My expectations were so non-existent, you could almost call them women's rights. But only almost. I mean, come on. I had some expectations. What a pleasant surprise.
I'm pregnant, by the way.
In regards to presentation, Vampyr is a very interesting blend of different ideas. Some slight cell shading vibes where people and the environment have accentuated characteristics, like being half rotten yet still 100% down to fuck. And then mix in the contemporary depression of a country at war.
No, it never got easy.
What a story, Mark.
With the supernatural aspect of vampirism. The mood is set right away by the intro screen showing you an abandoned cemetery. It made me sad, cause I'm not allowed on cemeteries anymore. Don't ask, apparently raping the dead is a huge no-go. What's next? The game is outright gorgeous at times, but on a microscopic level, the textures do become problematic and quite washed out. Just look at your mom's asshole for reference, or at this ancient castle. It's an unacceptable condition! Unacceptable! I have to say though that the vibe this game emits is very unique and almost not seen before.
Good evening, sir. Please forgive me for disturbing you. I'm a doctor.
And although the city is rather small, the amount of detail is incredible. You got plenty of accessible buildings, dark alleys, and secret shortcuts. There is definitely an abundance of things to explore in Vampyr's version of London. I used to live here, man. Nowadays, many games have one version or another of a special vision that highlights certain things. And even though you'll find something similar here, it is quite unique. Instead of showing you objects of interest, it just highlights the blood. Not only does that really add to the atmosphere, but it's not a tool to make the game any easier. It merely guides you during the investigations. It's also a bit ironic that to activate this, you have to press V for vagine, because blood comes out of the vagine, and that's just genius. The user interface is also something that I find excellently done. It's accessible, it looks stylish. Only maybe the font size is a little small. I mean, what is this? A font size for ants! Okay. Now, combat might not look particularly deep, and to be honest, it isn't, but damn is it fun. You're always 100% in control, and it does even have a slight Souls vibe. It's fast-paced, animations look great, trying out different skills is a blast too. I'm telling you, that's the shit, man. I find it amazing how well Vampyr is designed. The developers knew exactly how complex every mechanic has to be without feeling like a BBC in your arse. You got just the right amount of RPG elements that it becomes very addictive. It's familiar, yet new and innovative. Overall, especially towards the end of the game, I did notice a lack of enemy types though, so that's a bit of scheiße, so fuck you.
But this is not primarily what made Vampyr such a memorable title. Vampyr is awesome because of the stories that it tells. I was honestly shook, just like the competition asked Tessa Brooks, by how story and character driven this game is. I'm not kidding. I know it's rare, but so is my meat when I beat it. At least half of the game is dialogue, whereas usually that would bore the shit out of me. This time? No, I don't judge. The world is filled with so many interesting characters, it's unbelievable!
Though I usually get paid when I open my mouth.
Huh? Why? Is she a food reviewer?
What can Christina do for you?
Oh, she's a prostitute. Fuck, that sucks for her. And not only that, but the amount of intrigue and lies that you can reveal behind every citizen is insane. Pretty much no one is who they seem to be at first.
You don't mind if I search your pockets, do you, sir? You won't need any of these anyway. I'm not stealing from you, mister. I'm only redistributing your belongings to people who need them more than you.
They are a real human being. Truly, they are what brings life and personality to this game in an unforgettable way, despite their facial animations being quite subpar and stale and thick.
Tell me about your true feelings for Newton.
I love him. I'm not ashamed to say it.
But this isn't over yet. Vampyr even tackles some very mature subject matters and then excellently integrates the player into the decision-making process.
The world won't improve unless women take charge. I'm convinced of that.
You're obviously...
You stupid bitch, I'm the boss. You have the freedom to be the disrupting factor in their relationships. You can go out there and kill them and see how the people in their social circles react. It's refreshing, it's fun, it's new, it's something you have to experience. Even the main storyline is full of surprises. Put it down, please! No, stop! Please! Thanks.
It starts off as a simple Vampyr-Spiel, but appearances can be deceptive. You know, just like my channel. When you saw it the first time, you probably thought, what a fucking retard. But then, as you got deeper into it, you realized you were right. But in Vampyr, it's not like that. Without spoiling anything, I can tell you they created a huge amount of lore. And I think all of this lends itself very well to many more games to come in my face. It's a fascinating alternative history similar to Assassin's Creed. And I genuinely hope they will explore some of that in the future. So, please.
Last but not least, I think it's important to mention two more smaller issues the game has. Sure, the world is rather small, but there is just too much running from point A to B. Constantly just fucking run it. This can get very annoying since there's no way to fast travel.
That's impossible.
Also, I felt like Vampyr heavily incentivizes killing the citizens over sparing them. If you decide to be the good guy, you miss out on tons of strong weapons, a shit ton of XP, and exciting new dialogue.
I left the gang after my sweet Edwina was killed.
Only for getting a better ending? This was not that well balanced, you scoundrel! You bastard! It took me a whopping 16 hours to finish the game and I did a lot of the side missions. I'd say at least 60%. Unfortunately, there is no way to keep playing once you're done and also no New Game Plus or special unlock. But the replay value is still pretty high. There are several different endings depending on how many people you decide to curb stomp and what decisions you make in the main story. Vampyr is without a doubt a very extensive game.
Well, Vampyr stung me like a mosquito. And now I have the eats. My final rating is a... I keep switching between... I'm gonna go with a... You know what? I'm gonna go with a 9 out of 10. Play it, you will enjoy it. By the way, YouTube is being such a dirty karba to me, listing my videos so low, it's like rape. So please, if you have friends, or relatives, or acquaintances, or pets, tell them about my channel. I also have a Patreon, it helps me create videos. So with that being said, muchas gracias, Rantoni out.